is for those sour United supporters. Honey, funny London here. Dagger, where are you now? Huh? Where are you now for that small cup? Well, guess what? I will come to Cape Town and pour you a cup of tea for sack. For sack, you sour United supporter. For sack. Here's your daddy. This is your daddy.
I am the one, I am the one. Everybody dump. My puns on my echo word, doesn't look gun. I don't understand, cause I am the one. I do this for fun, I do this for fun. I am the one, I am the one.
How's it going, people? Welcome back to the channel. My apologies. Like they always say, lateness is greatness. I already see you guys are getting on to, man. Hey, you know what? If there are technical gremlins, what can we do? But love for the love, people. Appreciate you guys staying here with us and taking this journey with me. Nonetheless, it is a big show tonight. We got a superstar, a TikTok sensation. She is a bit late. She has advised that she is going to be a bit late. She was out for dinner. She will join us. She said we should still run with the show and continue going on. But either way, someone did say in the comments that this is the Liverpool show. So without further ado, allow me to introduce my first guest, the champion of the weekend. The one, the only. Should I sing it? Shouldn't I? Anyway, I'm still gonna do it. Tap, Pistogoni, Escobar, you know. Pistogoni, Escobar, you know. Pistogoni, Escobar, you know. Tap. How are you, my bro?
Good, and you, Davey?
All right. Was it me barking or was it the dogs? Which one?
Nah, it's a dog outside. I just want to close the door quickly.
Okay, no worries. Tonight is a crazy evening. Tonight is a crazy one, I have to admit. Everything that is going wrong, anything that can go wrong will go wrong tonight. But we're going to push through and we're going to thrive through. And now, without further ado, the man with the biggest smile, my brother, Benny B. How you doing, my G?
I'm good, bro. How are you?
Are you good?
I'm great, bro. I'm great.
Look, we had our difficulties, but you here, don't worry. The gremlins
is full force out tonight, bro.
They in full
I think that's why
force
the dogs
tonight.
is going on there. That's why the dogs is going on today.
Big up Brandon. Big up Papa saying the dogs are celebrating. It's crazy. And I don't know how to introduce this guy. This guy said last week, he told me last week, just say Jigga is on the show. So without further ado, Jigga's on the show.
You never walk alone. Yes, my chick. Yeah. I'll take it. I will take it. It's a Carabao Cup or something. I know what's coming tonight. I'm excited for the shit. So let's get popping, man. Let's get popping. Woo! Woo!
Congratulations, Chico. Congratulations, Vista. The better team won, in my opinion. Fully deserved.
Okay, I don't know. Look, for me personally, I enjoyed that final, honestly. Like,
I could have said the same thing to Pascal at Chelsea.
that was one of the best finals I've ever watched in a while, and it was one of the best 0-0 draws I've also seen in a while. But without further ado, let's get into it.
The trophy went to the right team. You know what I'm saying? The trophy went to the right team. It was good football. It was really good football. You know what I'm saying? It was good football. I'm not going to deny that. But I mean, a little bit of a drive was just enough to get us over the line. Like we always do in every game, guys. In every game, a little bit of Liverpool puts in, we're getting it rewarded. So I'll take a little bit and I'll take the trophy. And it's on my side now. So let's not say tonight. Let's not mention what if. Let's not say if Chelsea won. The Chelsea didn't win. Liverpool won it. So people to us and be fair and that, right? Is that fair?
Okay, fair. Beast, are you with us?
If you feel so.
Yeah.
You yes, man. You always had some salt that you're drinking in your tea or what, Benny?
Yeah, at the end of the day, Liverpool won 10-11 on penalties. So it wasn't that clear cut. It wasn't a puck for Chelsea. Like I said, I could have told Chelsea the exact same thing. Fully deserve it. The only reason why I think Liverpool deserved it is because I don't think that goal should have been ruled out. That was bullshit from VAR. Van Dijk, even though it was the softest disallowed goal for that occasion ever. I mean, this is a fucking final. And the only contentious goal that was ruled out of Chelsea was the Lukaku one, because it was slightly, you could say it was touch and go. But overall, I think Liverpool deserved it. But had Chelsea won on penalties, you could say the same for them, because at the end of the day, it was...
But then there's one, like I say, there's one factor. There is that one
best
factor.
fucking final.
There is that one factor, and that one mistake cost Chelsea. Really, it's one factor, because it was a very good game. The factor of do not sub the goalkeeper. There was absolutely nothing wrong with Mendy. He's an outstanding goalkeeper. That was thing that cost Chelsea. So that one mistake. That's what I'm saying. Who put an extra in, and they made the one mistake, and it got him that. He shouldn't have done that. I think if Mendy had to stay on, Mendy could have done damage, because Mendy knows Salah, I think, and he's got the AFCON experience, and he come fresh, and he stood in the last game. So I don't think Mendy was supposed to do the whole change of the Kepa. It didn't make sense to me. Another thing that Kepa was a shot stopper. He is, but the occasion, come on, man. Then you should have started Kepa then to play the whole 90 minutes.
Jigga, it's easy to say in hindsight. It's easy to say in hindsight, Jigga. It's very easy to say in hindsight. But if you look at the stats, I mean, Mendy's penalty rate was 94% to Kepa 71%. That's
exactly
a big difference, bro.
Kepa is Benjamin, the people you put in the box.
Three penalty shootouts prior to the final, and he's been brilliant in every single one. So it's easy to say in hindsight, your keepers didn't save a penalty. Not one.
But he stood for the final. He stayed for the whole 190 minutes. He was interested to do the job.
I agree with you. I told my wife.
It's a League Cup final. It's basically you give the young talent, some of the young talent, give a chance to arise at this occasion. You know what I'm saying? I just feel it was a bit too drastic. It was too drastic for the League Cup final. You know what I'm saying? I think you could have given the young player the opportunity, or you could have given him to build it, because you started him. Or you had to start Kepa, the keeper stand right through and the penalties. You know what I'm saying? They're warmed up already. And I do think that they will do their homework, because I know it's a cup final. Both teams did homework when it came to penalties and goalkeepers and save. And I think the decision was made to make the swap. I just don't agree with it. It's Tuchel's choice, but I don't agree with it. You get what I'm saying?
But he did it for the Super Cup also. He did it in the Super Cup, and they won the Super Cup. He brought Kepa
so
on.
now he used it now. He thought it's going to work again. You know what I'm saying? But it's a little bit unfair to the goalkeeper as well, my bro. And maybe next week it could be a stumbling block, because it's a little bit you're taking something away from the keeper as well. And Mendy isn't a crap goalkeeper. That's my thing. He's not. He's outstanding. Listen here, if Mendy stay on the field, then Mendy's man of the match. That's my belief. If Mendy stay on the field, he's man of the match.
Chico, what I thought, James, was when you in that game and you in that final, and you were keeper that the both of them had brilliant games. I mean, Mendy was outstanding, and so was Kepa. They are hyper focused, super focused, because they're in that mode. Now you bring Kepa off the bench, cold. He's not in the occasion. He's not been in the occasion for 90 minutes. Mark Noble, exactly the same thing. So I didn't agree with it, but football is data-driven. We know this. And the data that Kepa is a better keeper at penalties than Mendy is. Not saying he's a better keeper, because then Kepa would have started. But at penalties, Kepa is seen as a better keeper than Mendy.
And shot stopping.
Can I come in? Our guest is here. Should we give her the intro again? Should we do the intro again?
Give her the intro.
Give her the intro. Let's do her intro. Let's give her the intro. Let's give her the intro then.
As it is now special treatment.
Is for those Sour United supporters. Honey Funny Land here. Dega, where are you now, huh? Where are you now for that small cup? Well, guess what? I will come to Cape Town and pour you a cup of tea for sack. For sack, you sour our United supporters. But Sam, here's your daddy. This is your daddy.
I am the one, I am the one. Everybody duck. My pawns on my echo wood, then a loaded gun. I don't need to stun, cause I am the one. I do this for fun, I do this for fun. I am the one.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's put our hands together for LFC Girl. Give us some love.
Hello, everybody. Hey.
I like
First
that.
of
I
all,
like that. I like that.
I want to say thank you for having me. Thank you for having me on the show. I've been really excited. Thank you. I just want to say, who the fuck's United?
This is the last time we ever on the TV. This is the last time we ever on. This is the last time. This is the last time. You're gonna have to make a fucking decision here, bro.
Welcome, LFC Girl. Love for coming on. I know
Thank you
you
for
are
getting
also,
me.
so I appreciate it. Look, we were just getting into it actually. So I think without further, we might as well start with you as well. We touched base about it. What did you make about the final? And where were you when Kepa blasted that ball off into smithereens?
All right. So first of all, I will be honest. When the game started, I traveled very far out to go watch the game at a specific bar that I thought was going to be all vibey and give me that feeling that I got in Cape Town when I was at any bar, no matter be it premium, Togs or buckets and jugs or Castle. It was just the worst. My game started off being very bad. I was grumpy, but I had my faith. And as we say, in Klopp we believe, no matter what. In Klopp we believe. And you know what? I knew it was going to
She's saying all the sexy things. I'm sure.
It was going. I knew it was going to be a stressful game. It wasn't going to be a walk in a park. I knew we're going to be faced with lots of challenges. After all, it is Chelsea. And like I said, I knew somehow we were going to take it. But fucking hell, that was a game that I haven't watched a game as I watched yesterday. It was exciting. It was what you call real football. You know, it's something.
Yeah.
This is why I love watching football. It's because of yesterday's game.
The best no ever. The best no
I'm telling
ever.
you, it was just meant to be ours. But all I can say is, well done, Chelsea. They gave us a run for our fucking money. That is exactly what they did. But we are Scousers, and you know what? We are Scousers. We say in Klopp, we fucking believe. And once again, they did not disappoint.
There's no hesitation, baby. There's no hesitation.
I love that. Look, people, show LFC Girl some love. Like I said, a link to her TikTok is in the description. Click on it. It won't take you away out of this video. Click on it. Let's get it to 30K. You on 26K, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, I just reached 36K.
Like, congratulations. There is a question for you in the comment. There is a question for you in the comments, LFG Girl.
Okay, what's the question?
Do you think Kelly deserves more chances now after that game?
Of course, I think he deserves more game time. Well, that is after last night's game, he proven himself once again that he deserves more game time. And my opinion, I think Klopp made a good decision on the type of men he chose to start the game. Very good decision. Look, Alisson's words were last night when Klopp said to Alisson that he's not going to play him in this game, and his words was, you know what? If we win this, we are going to take what's his name? The one here.
Keller.
Yeah. Keller. We're going to take his face and we're going to put it up in the big cloakroom. And you know what? For me, Allison never stood down because of the type of players that we have. It was just giving it to them. Unlike, let me say this, I'm going to change it a bit. Can we go to Ronaldo, for example? You tell Ronaldo that he's going to tell you to fuck off. He is an arrogant bastard compared to us. We say you will not play today, and this is what you will do. You say that to Ronaldo, he's going to fucking undress himself and tell you this. Take it. But
Yes, you're right there. But not only was those, but the pitch, but you're 100% correct there.
100%, no, 100%. That is the marriage.
What?
You will take
What
it. Fuck
arrogant
you.
bastard.
Fuck
But you
you.
can't compare any players, especially United, to this. Never. Never.
It wasn't always like that, but it is like that now. I'll give you that, man.
Mr. Ronnie,
Diego.
question for you. 3 players stood out for me from the Liverpool perspective. I'm waiting for Pascal to come in. Pascal will jump on, then I will come on to the Chelsea side of things. 3 players for me stood out. Diaz was having a party.
Fantastic.
And of course, the Colossus VVD, which I'm saving that question for Giga as well. But what did you make about it, Beast?
Nah, that names. I'll add Keller to that list of 4 guys that stood out for me on Sunday. And Luis Diaz. I think Luis Diaz, from the 4 games that he played, Sunday was his best game. Not putting the other 3 on a different scale to say it wasn't that good. It was just the intensity he had. I didn't expect that he showed it in the league. He would show it in a Carabao Cup final against Chelsea. Because, to be honest, that was our real first test with him in the team. Because, no disrespect to the other teams, but we played Leeds and Inter and teams that was not really Premier League quality that we would say title contenders like Chelsea is. So I was very surprised that he could take on not just 1 but 2 defenders because they made a change. So he took both of them on and he was brilliant. That's the first game where I saw Klopp not opting to take him off first, where normally we would go for him, put Mane wide and then just put a new fake number 9 in, which is what Klopp normally does. But he chose to leave Diaz wide, take Mane off and make the sub just with a false 9 in there. So he was brilliant. Trent again.
I was shocked about that. I still told you.
Yeah, because we expected that, but also before that, we said that I don't see Diaz having to be taken off because he's got something in the tank. He was more than Salah. He was creating more of our chances. When we were going forward, the threat was more on his side than Salah. Normally, it's the other way around. So I'm really glad that they left him on. Trent also, there was a bit of defensive issues, but we expect that from him. But I would say that Chelsea kept him a bit quiet because you didn't see Trent whipping in balls again like he normally would. There was nothing coming from him, quality balls that Salah then could go through onto. So I don't think Trent had one of his better games. But Van Dijk was, I know me and Giga always used to have the issue where I said Van Dijk is not up to where he was before the injury, and I still stick by that. But this is his second game this season where I can really say Van Dijk is world class. The game against Inter, he was also world class. So yes, there is signs of the old Van Dijk before injury coming through. But the reason why I mentioned what I mentioned a few pods ago last year was because there was changes in him, but it's slowly been working out. Like Jigga said, he needs to work himself back into the team.
Don't bench him. I say you don't bench DVD. You let him play. He will play into form. That's how good of a player he is. You never bench a player like that. He's on the field, you know, as fire. So the opposition is already fearful because of his stats already. He's already the best defender in the world. And I just want to add on to that, man. Just so out of the blue. Just out of the blue. Diaz is here for 5 minutes. Diaz is here for 5 minutes. And he got the trophy. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. 5 minutes is here and he got the fucking trophy. Ah, fuck. Come on, boy, man. Yes, sir. Sorry, Bielsa. You may continue, Bielsa. Sorry, Bielsa. Try to get us hold it in the minutes. You know, that's what must come out, man. You know, most man. The champion talk, man.
One thing I have to say is that for the
I don't
first
even know
time
why
in
the fuck I'm here.
I'm coming to you, don't worry.
we bought a player, or we bought a player that we never panicked buy, and this was a very good decision. Luis Diaz is still very young, and Klopp is going to mold this guy into something else. This is just the beginning. This is only the beginning. Look, this was a great decision for Klopp. Who knows? Mo Salah, Mane, what's going to happen, especially coming to Mane. So Klopp bought Diaz for a very good reason. And watching him perform the other night gave me hope. It gave me so much hope to see, because when Salah came, Klopp molded Salah into what he is today. He molded him, and not just Salah, but look at Jota. He started off, he was nowhere to be seen. Look at what beast he is now. He is a beast, and he is just unbeatable. Unbeatable. There is nothing like him, and I'm telling you, this is just the tip of the iceberg for LFC. Just the tip. There is going to come more, and like they say, United. Give it. United is out for now, but give them for the next season. We are waiting for you. Come with your goat, so to be goat. Who's the fucking goat?
Where's Ali? Is anything better than what this team? Must finish stand alone here. Ali mustn't be a Mufc, man. Ali must
Liverpool won a trophy, no? Liverpool won a trophy, but how many times did LFC go mention Ronaldo now? How many times?
He's the benchmark. He's the
Not
benchmark,
once
Benny.
did I even speak of United, but she mentioned Ronaldo.
Yeah,
at least 82
you know
times.
why? Because
This is
how much
brilliant.
hate I have for you. I got
I know all the chest pains.
in my heart. But let's speak about us. Let's not go
Chest
there.
pains, LFC.
I wanted to.
I've
All I
been
want to
saying
say-
since Sunday.
There's a
All I
question on the
want to
screen for
say-
you, LFC.
Is
There's a
honey
question on
for
the
the
screen.
line ticket? Where?
On the screen.
I don't see anything coming in.
Okay, what was your reaction
What was
when
your
you found
reaction
out
when you found
Thiago was
out
ruled out?
Thiago was ruled out?
Can you hear me?
We can hear you loud and clear.
Loud and clear.
I think she's having connectivity issues.
Okay, I was gonna say, read it again.
Can you hear me?
She's frozen. She's frozen.
She's
Where's
frozen.
Pascal, man? Why is Pascal taking so long, man?
No,
Pascal
but
would
that
have
Luis
some
Diaz
sort of
is a brilliant
issue.
player, no?
Look,
He's
Luis
the-
Diaz is a brilliant player.
the-
No, you have to
Luis
admit.
Diaz
Hello?
is brilliant.
Hi.
Yeah, we can hear you now.
Yeah,
We can hear you now.
You're back. You're back.
You're back. Question on the screen for you before we come on to United. What were you feeling when you saw Thiago was left out of the squad, or not left out? He had to go off injured.
They
My
said
wife,
15
I'm
minutes
moving mad.
before
Am
the
I
game.
moving?
15 minutes.
Back
not
there
true.
again.
It's there.
He's out for a.
That's what I'm saying there.
He's gonna
He's
miss
a
at least 4
machine.
games. Hamstring
Who?
injury
4
at least 4
games.
games.
Yeah, it's
Thiago.
again.
Don't lie.
Yeah.
You're just
Yeah,
in form, no?
Tomorrow's game, Saturday's game, next week Inter, and maybe the next weekend's game.
And maybe,
It's
yeah.
fine.
What was the injury, Beast? Do you remember what was the
Hamstring injury.
hamstring? Because he said he was feeling it, yeah.
And where's Curtis Jones? And Curtis Jones? He wasn't even
Nah, he's
in
there.
the team.
He wasn't in the team.
He was
Harvey
still in
Elliott
the
wasn't in the
recovery.
team.
LFC Eagle, are
He
you back
started
with us?
covering,
Are you back with us?
Basically, self-
Anyways, let's carry on.
Russia's in
Let's
Dubai.
now-
Who's
Nah,
in
I'm gonna
Dubai?
tell it to jump out and jump back in. Let's come on to the next one. United blank at the Theatre of Screams. Benny B. Floor is yours, my man. Talk to me.
And tell the truth.
Besides goals. Everything besides goals. United had everything. Seriously, one of our best performances without goals. That's it. There's nothing that the coaches can do. They have done what they can. It's for us to stop missing fucking sitters. Because that's what we did. We missed sitters throughout the 90. You guys can't argue that at least 4-0. half time. Should have been the score. 2 against the bar. Bruno missing 2 one-on-ones. It's getting ridiculous, but it's not all doom and gloom. Only problem that I have is CR7 cannot play 3 games a week. He cannot. And if you look at that squad, we don't have another striker on that bench. Mason Greenwood.
I was going to say, who's a backup for Ronaldo now?
We don't. It was supposed to be
Who's a
Mason
backup for
Greenwood.
Ronaldo?
It was supposed to be Mason Greenwood.
You're
It was
back. We
supposed
can
to
hear
be
you.
Mason.
We can hear you. We're talking about your favorite topic, actually.
What? Sorry, my network is kicking me out.
No, we can hear you. Don't worry.
No
we can hear you.
problem.
That's fine.
Okay,
Carry on,
I can.
Benny.
Yeah, so Mason Greenwood fucked everything up for the last few games of the season, because if Mason Greenwood didn't do what he did, Martial would not have gone out on loan, because we don't have a backup for Ronaldo. Cavani, I think, is busy preserving himself for his next contract. It's looking highly likely that he will be leaving. So I'm hoping that
How's Martial doing, Marcel Villa?
he's actually injured now. He scored in his second appearance. Third appearance, got injured. And it's not an egg injury, it's minor. But he's actually doing well. James, we can't compare their leagues to the English league. We cannot do that. Look
I'm
at
not
that.
comparing the leagues, I'm comparing the player. The player leaves and the sports doing better. What does it say about your camp? Why couldn't you put the same in there by you guys that you're putting it at other clubs? The same with Jesse Lingard. When you get over to
like
you
Jesse
became
Lingard is a good
explosive player.
example.
Why couldn't you do that
Jesse
same
Lingard
actions at the
and
club
Donny.
when you leave it? Sorry?
And Donny. You can make that same argument for Donny also, because Donny's brilliant at Everton.
Exactly.
It's a
Why are you
poison
flourishing now?
toxic camp. Yeah, it's a poison toxic camp. But it doesn't look like anything is going to get better anytime soon. Our season is already a write-off. We can only fight for top 4. That's all it is. What I'd like to see.
How do you feel about the next 5 games? The next 4 games, how do you feel about it?
But it's City, it's Pool, it's Tottenham, it's Chelsea, if I'm not mistaken.
Arsenal.
Brilliant running. No Arsenal.
I can't wait for you, Liverpool and United. Woo! I can't wait for Liverpool United. It's gonna be a banger. Yo. I'm excited already. For the games I'm ready for now.
We lost to United.
Look, Benny, I want to ask you something. Alex Eagle touched on it. I know I'm not saying Cristiano Ronaldo is the solution to the problem, and I'm not saying he's the problem. But what is your take on him? Because for me, he's done. I think he's finished. He's done.
Well, you know what? First of all, the mistake was to bring him back to United. Biggest mistake they ever made. Second of all, my opinion, this is that Cristiano Ronaldo is a man of his own. He plays his own kind of football. Not everyone can play to his liking. You need to play with him, not against him. But in Manchester United, they are gluttons. They are greedy bastards that want to play each one for themselves. Not as a team, but for themselves. And playing with Ronaldo in that sense, you're never going to go anywhere. You're never going to win. So play the way he wants you to play. Because as we all know, Ronaldo is the one that calls the shots in United now. He's the one that holds everybody on top of here. He calls the shots. But second of all, he is done. He is demolished. He needs to take his bags and go be a stay-at-home dad, because I think he will do a better job at being a stay-at-home dad than playing for United. He is done. His career is over.
Alex, the man is our top goal scorer at Manchester United as we speak.
That just shows how cut the team is. If Ronaldo is your top goal scorer.
That's just what I fucking said.
Can you at least show us your face, beast?
Season, bro. Fuck me. But
You
yeah, it
can't,
doesn't look like it's gonna get any
you
better.
can't beat the team that fights to be relegated.
Fucking week. You can't expect him to play 3 games in a week. The man is 37. He cannot play 3 games in a week. Who else? Like, why not? Why not play a false nine with Jesse Lingard, Rashford, Sancho, Ilanga Sancho? Why not do that? You can sub, you can put Harry Maguire on the fucking bench, who is the captain, but you're shit scared to do it with Ronaldo. None of it makes sense. And like she says, maybe it is Ronaldo calling the fucking shots. And maybe it is Ronaldo that put Maguire on that fucking bench.
I think
Not going to be
if
the
I
same
can
next season, bro.
if I can
It
just
cannot
come
go
in
on
there
like
quick,
this.
Benny,
Go
I
ahead,
think
yeah.
what most legends do at the club is they come home to retire. But Ronaldo came at the time where United needed assistance, they needed help, they were in a slump, and that just made it difficult because he might not have come with the intention to come revive everything at Old Trafford, but more to come and finish his footballing career. But the club itself was already going down, so people automatically went to here's our savior coming, which wasn't
And
actually
that's
the
how it felt
intention
at
for
the
him to
beginning,
come.
Beast, though.
So
That is how
everything
it felt at
goes.
the beginning. Like the
Yeah.
missing piece to the fucking puzzle. I mean, we made so much progress last season to come second. And you think that signing a Ronaldo is that, and Sancho is that, and Varane, which we definitely
The
needed,
cherry.
was that one kick up. You know what I mean? To take
Yeah.
that next step. And I said at the beginning of the season, it can go either one or two ways. We win everything with Ronaldo, or we get all sacked. I said that.
Yeah.
And the thing
Unlucky
with
so.
with the Ronaldo saga is he came there at Newcastle, he scored on his second debut. Everyone was hyped up. He missed the Leicester game, United lost. I think you lost or you drew. That
And now
just
he will never
made
be dropped
everyone.
again.
That just made everyone. Ronaldo can't be benched. We cannot bench him again.
Yeah.
Look what happened to Leicester. But now even with
Even Fernando
Ronaldo, he's still
said you
dropping
can't
points.
bench your
So,
best player.
yeah.
And how much sitters is he missing, man? Gents, like
Yeah.
really. Sorry, LFC go. How many
Hey,
sitters
hey,
per
hey!
game?
Stop crying! Stop
Per
crying
game.
now! Stop crying now, man!
Would
Stop
say,
crying!
push, you had your time to
I'm gonna listen to all your sad stories about Ronaldo. Fuck Ronaldo,
That's
man!
the topic.
You
That's
got a
the
happy
topic,
story
Jigga.
now,
Relax.
let's let's
That's
talk
the
about the
topic now.
trophy again.
Mute is Steve TV.
Huh?
Davey posed the question to him about Ronaldo.
I'm done. Push.
Yeah, man, you was crying the whole time, bro, man. Yeah,
Benny,
fucking black
Jigga
funeral here,
asked, Davey
man.
asked him about Ronaldo.
That's a cut
Anyway.
question. That's a cut
Explain
question.
yourself to him.
Okay. Next question. We all know what is happening in Russia. With Russia and Ukraine, we all know what's
Only
happening
saying
there.
Giga there.
I want to pose a question in general. to
I'm
the
a
panel.
one-man
You guys-
army, man. That's big mouth. You see this big mouth? I'm a one-man army. That's big mouth. He
Take clip
packed his
with
big
you.
mouth up.
Take clip with you.
I'll
Take
take clip
clip
what?
with you.
Oh, if I take clip what? Then I take everything. Then I'm a winner. Then I'm a
LFC
champion.
can look like she
I
can
will do
drive a
justice
tank.
for Ukraine.
LFC girl, can you ride a tank?
Justice for
Can you
Ukraine.
ride a tank? Go with me.
Honey,
Go with
I
me.
am the tank, man. I run you over. I can run you over. I'm the tank.
I'm muting,
Back
man.
off.
Yo, I can't hear myself think, man. Yo. Time out. Calma.
Power play.
Any one of you can decide which one. Roman to sell Chelsea. Do you think it can happen? Any one of you can go.
I don't think he will sell immediately. I just think that he's trying to secure his assets while being a Russian. Because I just feel that Russia is scared that if people can't get to them with armies and power like that, they can affect the richest people's assets. And for me, Roman is up there with all of them on that list. And one of his biggest assets is Chelsea. So to avoid the war moving over and England being involved, I think the safest thing that he could have done, he did. So he's focusing on his country, which is the right. I would expect any person to do that. Focus on your country first. And it's not like he sold the club. He's just not going to be as involved. So they're going to be still going on as normal. And he can focus
He's a
on
mediator now,
what's
yeah, Beast. He's a mediator with the
Yeah,
peace talks.
he's
between
gonna be the
Russia and Ukraine.
mediator. They asked him to be the mediator
Imagine,
between Russia
imagine
and
he's
Ukraine.
Yes,
able
but
to
the-
broker peace.
fuck?
Imagine he's able to broker peace. Imagine. Sorry, Beast.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. His priorities is right. So no one, I wasn't one to question when that headline came up because for me it was like, why did it take so long? He's one of Russia's most powerful men when it comes to finances and assets. It's only safe for him to go back home and sort out his shit at home. Come back, Chelsea will still be there. If Chelsea doesn't win the league, nothing's going to come from them. If they do win the league, nothing's going to come from it. He's done his business for this season. He's won a Champions League last season. He won the Super Cup. All trophies that he could have won, he won. So they're not in a slump. If it was a team that was struggling and things are not right at home, I would have understood. It's a difficult decision to make. But for him, it was easy. Leave the shit in England. Go back home, sort that shit out. Go back to Chelsea in 2 years' time if you must. Oh,
LFC
talk
girl,
about
are
Chelsea.
you
Talk
scared?
about Chelsea.
Oh,
Sorry,
calma,
sorry.
calma.
LFC girl, are you scared?
Scared of
Are
what?
you, are you still
Of
there?
war.
Here comes the Chelsea. Here comes
What?
Chelsea. Come on, Chelsea. You should keep the energy, Chelsea.
Calma. I wanna ask LFC girl a question. Calma. LFC
Smile,
girl.
bitch. Smile, bitch.
LFC
Oh,
girl,
come
where
on,
do
Master
you-
P. Smile, man. Smile.
Mute the
Fucking
thief,
on,
Diddy,
you're
man.
myself, think, man.
Fuck, man.
Play-
Thank
play
you.
raar. No, I'm gonna
Fuck's
mute him. Don't
sakes.
worry. Okay, LFC girl, where do you stand on the whole Roman Mixel Chelsea thing? Can LFC girl hear me?
Hello, Master P. Hello, Master P.
LFC girl, can you hear me? Is she frozen? Anyway, I think she's
No, she's not
frozen.
frozen.
She's
She's not
Hello?
frozen. There, she's not frozen.
No, she's
You
there.
still here? Are you still here?
Go, we can hear
Can you
you.
hear us?
Can you hear us?
What's
LFC
going
girl?
on here?
That's her mic that's on.
That's her, my friend.
Master P, can you hear us?
Come, I'll give you coffin.
Jump
No
out and
sound,
jump back
Master
in, bro.
P.
Jump out and jump back in.
And then he comes back in.
She goes all
Yeah,
right.
we got
Master
back
P
in.
heard nothing of
LFC
it.
girl, can you hear me?
Okay, okay. I think. Hello.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
We can hear you.
I think I'm lagging by. Can you hear me?
We can hear you fine.
We can hear you.
Yeah, I don't think but I'm thinking if LFC girl can hear me.
Now she's frozen.
Yeah, she's frozen. Jump out and jump back in. Jump out and jump back in. Anyways, where was I? Where was I? Penny, do you concur with what Bielsa said on the Roman selling Chelsea?
I don't think he's gonna sell. Like Bielsa said, what he's doing now is imagine he's able to broker peace or some sort of understanding between two nations that actually doesn't lead or result in a whole full-scale fucking war. He'll be seen as a hero, and his assets would, I hope, be safe from anything. But if the way things are looking and the way if things escalate, all of them are going to have hell to pay, the way I see it, because you can see how the world has quickly sanctioned Russia in all sports. The tennis players can't play tennis. The Olympic teams is null and void. Every FIFA stopped. The Russians been qualifying. UEFA stopped all of the clubs participating in the Europa. So it's
Even the
one
Champions
man
League
that needs to
final.
come, right? Even the Champions League final that was moved. So the sanctions have come quick, they've come fast. It's now all up to them to secure that there's no fucking war, bro. Who the fuck's smack with that? Petrol's going up 1 rand, 46 cents tomorrow. Straight after, you see how it affects the entire globe. On the other side of the world, people are fucking with each other. We here have to suffer. It's not right, James. So let's hope all for the best. But the way it's looking, I don't know. It's a shitty world.
It is what it is. Jigs, you back? Can you hear
After
me?
the naughty corner.
Your thoughts on it, Jigs? Your thoughts on the whole.
He's gonna look tired now. He looks
I
tired.
don't want to make it a political kind of an issue and that type of thing. In terms of Roman selling
Look, I
Chelsea.
do understand. I do understand.
2
It's very
seconds.
unfortunate. It's really unfortunate what took place now with Ukraine. But that wasn't necessary even to respond that way. You know what I'm saying? And it's never been a thing. It's affecting a lot of us. You can actually see the what's the right word? The follow on the
The
you know,
consequences
the
of it.
aftermath. Yeah,
Okay.
the consequences, the aftermath of it. You know what I'm saying? You can see, and it's got a touch on us as well. And I also didn't think of that Abramovich would sell the club in any case. I was just teasing with that one. I don't think it's that desperate for him to sell the club. But just a matter of being safe and getting back to whatever basics now. So I mean, we've been going through a lot of shit, bro, man. I don't have time for another war now. You know what I'm saying? I've been happy now. Things are kind of getting right. You know, we're kind of getting back on our feet now. Things like that. It's another obstacle that we should just, you know. So I hope we can get over this very, very quickly. Can be resolved very quickly, so we can get back to normal. Because I don't feel like having another situation now again. We just come from a COVID and all this other bullshit stuff. You know what I'm saying? It's time for a nice positive change. For, you know, we need positivity for the change environment.
Fair enough. Couldn't have said it any better. You see how intelligent you sound when you're not shouting and screaming.
Yeah, fuck it. When you actually talk, when you talk, you say sense.
You can just you can do,
But
mate.
when you scream, you just talk cuck.
Leo, you back? Not always,
Can you just tell me if you
Leo,
can
you
hear me?
back with us?
We can
Yeah,
hear
we
you. We
now,
can
Nick.
hear you. We can hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you
Yes.
now. You're back with us. Look, let's come on to this, Leo. I'll bring you into it as well. Everton apparently received an apology after Rodri penalty incident not given and more VAR controversy. This obviously affected your team because that could have been a draw for Man City at Goodison Park, which is a difficult ground to go to for
That's
certain
penalty,
teams.
gents.
Obviously not
That
yours.
is-
What did you make of it, LFC Girl?
Kepa.
The network. Can you hotspot me?
Sorry, what?
Nah, the connection is down. Look at that controversial, that VAR situation. Bielsa, like what did you say? Like you said on Sunday about the sleeve, no? You mentioned something. Did you say about the sleeve?
Yeah. What my
Yeah, you
thing
said
is,
something.
no? What my
Ethan,
thing yeah,
sorry, go ahead.
when you bring in a rule like that, okay, they have this whole mannequin with the green and red body parts where they say where's handball, where's not handball. But what they don't say is like we used the tennis example now the other day and the rugby example and the football example. If someone is running down the line and there's a throw in, the ball is in football now, they're running down the line, part of the ball goes over. There's a clear statement that says the whole ball must cross the line. But with the handball rule, they don't say, they say the sleeve part. Under the sleeve, it's red. Above the sleeve, it's green. Fair enough. But tell me then, in the statement, if part of that ball touches the red part or touches the green, who does it favor? In cricket, if you step on the line, it favors always the bowler and the fielders are always, it's their favor. But with that half-hearted ball going on both sides, what do you do then? In tennis, they say touch the line, it's in, it's out. You know, part of the ball can be there, the whole ball can be there, it's a done deal. But there's still a grey area with the handball. The mannequin is all good and well. The VAR uses that mannequin. Green under the sleeve, red above the sleeve. So tell us, if half of the ball touches the red part, it's handball. If a part of it touches the red part, it's handball. Must it be completely on the green for you to be safe or not?
As decisions like that, no, they can change entire title race. As decisions like that can decide a fucking title.
And besides just Liverpool, that can affect Everton also.
Everton.
They in the
They can
table,
go
that's
down. They can go
millions.
down.
That's
Away.
millions that they lose out.
Like, what's the point of fucking VAR, man? I have no idea what the fucking point
I
of
feel
it
they
is.
should just scrap it. Lee,
Scrap
what do you
it.
think? What do you think about it, LFC girl? Are you with us? You back with us, my dear?
Connection is choking on the other side with them.
Scotty must send smoke
Even
signals,
signals.
bro.
Hello?
Maybe a message on a pigeon.
Alexa, hers is gone.
Okay.
Chick,
Somebody
Chicks, what
said
do you-
hello.
She said hello.
Dude.
And we can hear her perfect. We can hear her perfect, but she couldn't hear us.
It's us not coming through to
It's
her.
us that coming
we're lagging
through to
on.
her.
We're lagging on her
Look
side.
at that decision of VAR is really, really big. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of confusing as to why do you have VAR in the first place. Isn't VR supposed to clear the situation for us? You know what I'm saying? It's not for me.
That's
to
also
decide.
not offside.
That for me, that's on. That's on.
That's not offside.
That,
That's not
that's on
offside.
for me. That's on for me.
Here we
That's
go.
on for me.
Now this is a scenario. Now we are supposed to clear these things for us. You're gonna say on, you're gonna say not on. Then I'm gonna say handball, then I'm gonna say not handball. You get what I'm saying? But now VR is just what VR is doing. It's just adding to the debate. You get what I'm saying? So now if they can't
It's
decide
creating
it,
a new debate. Yeah.
exactly. If they can't decide it, they're supposed to clear it out. We're gonna continue this debate all the time. But they're not. And it's not for me. If it's not helping in that direction, we're supposed to clear the way for us to get this perfect type of football. Then yes, we don't need it anymore. You know what I'm saying? Or it has to be used in certain aspects of the game, for example. But it must be used properly. I feel like we're still in the practice mode of VAR. I don't think they should have put it on the market as
It
yet.
gets worse every year.
Sure they
It
can
gets
iron it
worse
out.
season on season. It gets worse.
There we go.
The only handball
They
cut.
should have-
The only
Yeah.
piece of
And
technology
offside,
that came in.
and offside. Then it's a hand, then it's a shoulder, then it's a toe. That's ridiculous, bro. Football is a body in motion. It's a body in motion. You can't stop body in motion. Body in motion is something that you turn your arm. It's as you turn it, say the next person. Then it's more offside. Doesn't make sense.
The best piece of technology that came into football in the past few years was the goal line technology.
That's the best.
fine.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
fine.
yeah.
The whole ball must be over.
Nowhere.
Goal. No grey area there. The whole ball is over. Like the 300th of a centimeter that lost us the league, or that bloody Johnstones. Is Lee back? We can hear the mic going on there.
Sounds like we can hear you, Mike. Lee, are you back with us? Lee.
Yeah, yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yes,
yes.
It's live. It's live.
Welcome back. Welcome back.
Welcome back.
Welcome back, man. Look. Don't worry. Don't stress. We're coming on to a FA Cup and weekend preview. Liverpool play Norwich. How do you see this one going?
Say that again. Sorry, you're breaking up a bit. I can't.
Liverpool, Norwich tomorrow. FA Cup.
Predictions.
Prediction? I think we're losing her.
I think I'm right here, man.
I'm-
Who was Norwich now?
Yeah. Say again.
Liverpool, Norwich. How do you see it
Liverpool.
going?
Norwich.
Fuck, man. This thing is not working.
Yeah.
Come closer, Benny. Come closer, Benny.
Who?
There, more closer, Benny. More closer.
Prediction for tomorrow night's game. Well,
She got it, Benny. She got it.
Yeah. We can hear you. Can you see? I was by different time school. Ooh, this is frozen again.
Nah, she's frozen.
Chica,
Jigs, take
give
it
us
over.
your prediction. Okay, Chica, go for it.
Okay, first and foremost, I don't think we're going to play a full strength team. I think there is a second strength team going to come in. Clubs, obviously, everybody's going to get the chance. I think you'll probably bring up some of the players because it was a very intense game against Chelsea. It was a very intense game
And it was
against
long.
Chelsea.
And it was long.
But yeah, 190 minutes, you know what I'm saying? So I do think it's going to maybe give Minamino a chance, and maybe the Ox can come in because those players that didn't get the chance obviously hungry to play as well. And I do think we will come over the line. And I'll say I'll be small about it, and I'll say, look, here we go for the 3-0 against Norwich for this weekend for Liverpool. 3-0 to Liverpool. And I hope Diaz can get on the score sheet again.
I can see it going that route as well. Peace, your prediction?
Yeah, I see squad rotation also coming in, but without depth in squad, I don't see a dopey squad coming in there, because if you look at it, our rotation is going to be Kepa in there, Ox in there, Henderson starting and not coming from the bench. It's completely different to what Liverpool was last season.
Konate and
Was
Matip
squad
playing
rotation.
at the back. I don't think
Yeah.
that I could play again.
Yeah, but there's still going to be depth in this. I'll still see us bossing at Norwich. I'm going 4-0. Liverpool.
Plus, Ellison will probably also start, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. He'll come back for the game. And he's special also.
I'm going Liverpool 3-1.
Why the one?
I see 4-0. Why the one? Yeah, look at that. Yeah, look at
He almost
yours. Why
scored
the
last.
one?
He almost scored. We played it. When we hammered him now last, he
Yeah.
almost scored.
Yeah, Pookie has Liverpool, bro. Like, you always play lekker against Liverpool. That's it. That's his one good game for the season.
Let's come on to the Manchester derby, Benny B. This weekend, you like me, we don't play FA Cup.
United 2, City 5.
Sure.
Whoa. You being a rat, man. You being a really rash.
Rather let City win this fucking league, bro.
Come on, Benny, man. What about United, man? Support your team, bro, man.
I'll be wearing blue.
Support
I'll
your
be
team.
wearing blue. I'll be wearing blue.
Yeah. Arsenal, Watford.
I'll give it to Arsenal.
2-0.
Arsenal.
You what?
2-0 Arsenal, yeah.
Arsenal 2-0.
Are you sick or are you dying or something, Chico?
Why? Arsenal 2-0.
What did you say? Watford
What's
2-0.
What are you shocked for? Why are you shocked? Why are you shocked?
You actually said Arsenal were gonna win. I can't believe that.
It's FA Cup. I'm giving you something.
That's
It's
not
a small
but
game.
It's a league.
I know,
game.
but a small game for you, most man. I hear it. Don't you want the game? Don't you want the game?
Wow. I like you when you like this, man. Yo, I love it.
They must win both trophies.
Yeah, man. He's such a pleasant
He must
soul
be
when
muted
you
more
win
often.
trophies.
He must be muted more often. That was the download.
They must give me that mute button for this. You must say one word every 10 minutes.
I must give you access to my StreamYard, actually.
Chico, what was your derby score? The Manchester derby?
Manchester derby. Yeah.
No, you didn't ask me. You only asked me for the Dangata game. I said the Arsenal game. You asked me now.
Yeah, but
Manchester
For
derby.
for the
is all
derby, my derby prediction, sorry. I'm going to go with City. But it's not going to get easy. I'll give it 3-1 to City. 3-1 City.
Fair enough. Peace.
I think Ronaldo's going to do some damage. He's going to show some.
2-2 draw.
That's a big game. That's a very, very big game. It's a very, very big game. I think Ronaldo's going to do what he normally does.
You say
Aye.
2-0. Did you
2-0
say United?
draw, yeah.
2-0
draw.
And your
I
Arsenal
said
prediction?
3-1, bro.
Arsenal
Look here,
draw.
Benny.
Chica said
You're
3.
just not fucking talking.
Kijk, Benny must remember, bro. That's front three. That's front three of City, bro. That's front three of City. And if Harry Maguire can play, bro, that's a bad idea, bro. Don't dial.
Are you back with us, my dear?
He make as if
I
Benny
agree.
choose the
agree.
team.
I agree.
And Lee,
No, but I agree 100%.
Is Lee back with us?
I'm back. Sorry,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
Welcome.
okay.
Welcome,
Next
Mr.
up,
P. Are you
please.
with us as well?
Yeah, I can hear you, Davey. Now I can hear you. You know, I know it's an honor for you to have me on this show. You know what I'm saying? The real champions here, and you know how it is. And you know, let's talk.
Yo, look when this guy come in you. Anyways, I was still asking LFC girl. LFC girl, can you hear me? Loud and clear?
Yes. Yes.
Here we go. Your prediction for Manchester United versus Man City. How do you see that going?
Well, to be honest with you, we all know the truth. Let's be honest. United has nothing when it comes to City. Absolutely nothing. It's going to go badly down. Who knows? A miracle might happen, but it's not going to be United. I'm going to say my prediction is about 3-0.
Lee, you know that when it comes to a derby, form is out of the window. Eh? You know this.
Even the
At
United
least
proved
gave
us
us
wrong.
Say again.
I want to ask you a question. How many points do you see this title race? Who will win? Whoever's going to win this league, how many points? What will the point difference be? And who do you predict to win the title? Take your Liverpool head out of it. Be honest.
Yes, say again.
Okay. If you should win the league, who is going to win it? And by how many points? What would the point difference be? Because currently, right now, I think it's 6 points. And you guys have a game in hand, if I'm not mistaken. If I'm not mistaken. No?
Our game in hand is done.
Yeah, we already played our game in hand.
Okay. But how do you see it going?
Can you hear me?
Can hear you, my dear.
Yes, you can hear me?
Yeah.
This is so...
She's losing her mind there on that side, you. Pascal, how do you see it going, my bro?
What, the derby?
The derby and the title race.
Okay, no, look, like I already said at the beginning of the season, right? I think Man City will win the title. Simply because, like, you already know how consistent they are. Like, when they need to put a good game, a run of games to win as many games as they can to win the title, they will do that. It's always Pep's, Pep's DNA is like that. He's consistent. So because of that, I think they're going to win the title. With regards to the derby, I think I do get what Benny's saying. A derby is always, it's very unpredictable and can go any other way. But I mean, with this United team, bro, I mean, I don't think they have that type of form in them. It is at the Etihad, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I don't think Man City is going to lose that game. I think it's going to be comfortable. Like she said, it's going to be a comfortable scoreline. Probably 3-1, 3-0, something like that.
Okay. Fair enough.
Master
Somebody has
P.
been waiting for you, and somebody has something
I
to say
said
to you.
5-2, Pascal. That was my prediction.
5-2. 5-2 to who?
Yeah. To City.
Master P.
Oh, okay. Wow.
Before we move on, I just wanted the title race that he was talking about City running away with it, or City winning it. They lost 5 games. They lost to Spurs. They drew with Southampton. They should have drew with Everton, but they scored an 82nd minute goal and no penalty was.
Yeah.
So in the last 5 games, they won 3, drew 1, lost 1. The 1 was controversial. So do you still see them being the City of last year's City? Even though that's the last 5 games.
No, you know what, Bista, how this is how it goes. I don't believe you've had the Chelseas, even the Liverpools to a certain extent, and this is Man City's time to have that little blip. You know what I mean? And you can see that happening in the last.
You think the blip is done now?
Yeah, I think it's done.
It's gonna happen, Bista.
Yeah, it is done. Like, I just don't see. Like, I know what you're getting at. Like, I totally agree with you. Like, when you say that it might continue, but I just don't see it. You know what I mean? They've had their issues, and I think he's still found a way to win against Everton. You know what I mean? So, in the end, that's what champions do. You can play as terrible as you want, but at the end of the day, if you get the result, that's all that matters. So, I do believe that he will probably bounce back, and if he beats Man United, which I believe he will, it only leaves you guys. Like, let's just be honest. It leaves Liverpool, City, to basically kind of swing it any other way. But other than that, I think it's done.
Fair enough. Yeah, can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can. It's been moving mad, but yeah, we can. I can.
Okay, fair enough. Your thoughts? Look, we might as well go back. We started at the beginning of the show. But give me your thoughts on the final. I know hindsight is a wonderful thing. Do you agree with Tunchel's decision to sub Mendy for Kepa?
Well, you know what, David D. Look, the whole penalty shooter. I can understand the logic behind it. Obviously, taken into consideration. Like, if you saw the quarterfinals and the semifinals, Kepa was kind of saving the penalties. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I understand. It's basically similar to what Van Gaal or the guy that was coaching the Netherlands. Yeah, exactly. He would always do that. So I do look, if it works, it's a genius move, right? But if it doesn't, then at the end of the day, obviously, you're always going to look and question it. But at the end of the day, looking at the track record, it's a penalty shootout. Obviously, I don't mind that. Even though I think Mendy was more than capable of actually doing the job either way. You know what I mean? But just taking into consideration, some people do that. You know, they do that whole thing of having a keeper who's a specialist for penalties and whatnot. You know what I mean? And so this time around, it didn't work out, and people would always point that out. But if they win it, then obviously, you know, we're talking a different story right now.
You know what I think about that situation, Pascal? You know what I think about that situation? That's a bitch move. That's a bitch move. To take Mendy off just because Kepa made a save statistically. He played the whole 90 minutes full game. If Kepa if Mendy stays on the field, I said it earlier, he would have been man of the match. This is the League Cup. You give everybody opportunity. Are you that desperate to put Kepa in? Why can't you play the full game out? Or why not start Kepa then to begin with? It's the League Cup. It's a cup that you don't really need. You know what I'm saying? You had three, you said it yourself. You had 3 major cups. To stop you and getting this cup, it's like you said, it's an honor. It's an honor to stop you take another cup. You get what I'm saying? Fair is fair. But I think it's a bitch move. I think it's a bitch move.
Remember,
I was seeing that to the goalkeeper. You can make the keeper score like that. You can really demolish a player like that.
Chiga, it's the same. Klopp and Tuchel had the same decision to make. Do I start my number 1 keeper, or do I play the keeper that has brought me to the final? Klopp chose to go with Keller. Tuchel chose to go with Mendy because.
But Keller played all the games in the League Cup. Keller played every game in the League Cup.
What he's saying,
Kepa brought him to the final. Kepa brought Chelsea to the final with 2 penalty shootouts prior to the final. So you don't know, like.
Is that worthy? Is that? So why not start Kepa? This is what I'm saying.
Hearing me.
This is what I'm saying. Don't listen. This is what I'm saying. It's a League Cup. It's a League Cup. It's a League Cup. Give the young players a chance. It's a League Cup. It's a League Cup. That's what I'm saying. It's a League Cup.
Shut up. Chiga, are you done?
I'm done. I'm saying nothing. It's a League Cup. It's a bitch move and that's it.
Klopp said before he's a professional manager, he's a human first.
Master P must be Master P.
Hey?
Mr. P,
It's my
is your
nephew.
baby?
That's
My nephew.
Mendy.
your
Mendy's still crying. Man.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mendy slipped over by Pascal.
Go on.
So the sentiment in him, the human in him, wanted Keller to play the final, knowing that Alisson was his better keeper. So we don't know if it was the same with Tuchel telling Kepa that, look, Mendy's going to play the final, but when it comes to penalties, I'm going to play you. We don't know that. Tuchel will never come out and say, no, that is what happened. It doesn't matter now. It doesn't matter. If you look at the stats, Kepa is the better penalty taker, penalty keeper. And
it's a cut mistake to make that.
He's the fucking worst. But I feel it's bigger than that. United final also went to 11-10. Can you remember? It's just difficult for the keepers with his new foot on the line cut. It's difficult for them to save penalties because if you even see the penalties that are saved, it's normally when the ball is kicked towards them, but not the keeper actually physically making a save. This whole foot on the line thing is fucking penalties up, and you're going to see a lot more go 11, 12, 13. I mean, when do you see so much penalties being taken in the shootout? And why is it happening so frequently?
But Mendy had a good performance during the game. You said it earlier on, Benny. Mendy was warmed up, right?
We're not denying that.
Exactly.
We agree with you also.
I just don't see okay, maybe I'm a little bit but I just don't think it's fair enough for the goalkeeper, whether a decision like that needs to be made on a penalty in a final. And another thing, like I said earlier, it's a League Cup. You know what I'm saying? It's a risk you're taking. It worked once, like you said, Pascal, then brilliant. It looks amazing. You know what I'm saying? But in all fairness, that goalkeeper that started as warmed up already, as in the motion in the game, I'm sure every goalkeeper does their homework before it comes to a penalty. So now you're taking me out just for the sake of penalties because it's a shot stopper. It's just a little bit difficult to get over. Get what I'm saying? But okay, I understand where they come from, but it didn't work. So the decision that was made actually cost you. Is that one mistake that cost you. So it didn't work for you this time. It was against you because that goalkeeper missed the penalty. Unfortunately.
No, but let me
we agree with you. We fully agree with you. My thing is, had Mendy stayed and he missed the last penalty, what would we have said then?
exactly. It's
We
the
know
same thing.
Kepa.
In a
We know
fair
Kepa
way,
is the
not in a
best penalty
fair way.
taker. So
It's a fair thing. I'm not speaking. There you go again. You're saying what if it didn't happen? At the keeper already came. What I'm trying to say is, giving the goalkeeper his due. Giving him his due was fair. You played 190 minutes. That's what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? The move is only a shot stopper move. Don't say what if because it didn't happen. Kepa did it. Kepa came on. That changed the game for them. And then it was and the penalties went to 9, 10. Yes, the decision to put him on was turned out to be that one little bit of mistake for Liverpool to win the cup. The goalkeeper they entrusted missed the penalty. So you know that's how the game is. It turned around. It could have gone further on as well.
Anyways,
but here's I hear what Giga is saying in terms of the keeper, like obviously messing with the keeper's confidence or whatnot. But like at the end of the day, I get like what Benny said, right? In the end, right, this has happened twice, the 2 rounds before the final, whereby Chelsea has ended up in a penalty shootout. Now my thing is, we all know how penalties are. Somebody's gonna miss, right? Somebody's gonna miss at some point. It's a lottery thing, whereby at the end of the day, he made his move. Like Benny said, look, the coach made his move. If it happens that Kepa saves a couple of penalties, guess what? It looks like a genius move, isn't it? Right. At the end of the day, but it didn't play out like that. But also, let's be fair on this one, gents. Like at the end of the day, when you look at the whole thing, it's not as if it's a different story if Liverpool wins the cup final like 4-1 on penalties or something like that. Then it looks like a disaster, you know what I mean? But people, the shootout continued up until it reached the sudden death part of things, you know what? Whereby the keeper even has to take the penalty, you know what I'm saying? So, like in the end, look, it's a lack of the draw. Obviously, we missed one. They scored the one that mattered, and that's how it goes.
Fair enough. I couldn't agree with you more. Let's show LFC girls some love for jumping on. We really appreciate it. You might jump on again. You are awesome. But yeah, people, you know what to do. LFC girls TikTok description is in the or a link to TikTok is in the description of this video. So show us some love and let's get it to 30K. Once again, thank you for jumping on LFC girls. Big up to you. Anyways, we're by predictions. Luton Town, Chelsea. Master P, talk to me.
I think it's gonna be a tight affair. You know how you can never know the Premier League. You know what I mean? Obviously, Wolves have got that whole banana skin type thing on them. So I wouldn't be surprised.
FA Cup, Luton Town.
FA. Oh, sorry about that. Yeah, well, last time I went for a 5-1. You remember that David didn't play out the way. It didn't play out the way I thought it would. But at the end of the day, I think it would be a 2-0 type of scoreline, something like that. I think just something to bounce back from the cup final defeat. You know what I mean? So I think it will be like a 2-0 type of scoreline. You never know with the FA Cup. It's got drama written all over it. Yeah.
Benny, me and you can make a liquor braai over the weekend. We don't play these things.
I'm in the FA Cups in the week.
Oh, tomorrow night we don't play these things.
I love our
Tonight,
City, bro. I prefer the shit. At least
I
they don't spoil my fucking midweek. They can spoil my weekend. It's fine.
I'm eating popcorn. I'm drinking energy. I'm loving life. I'm loving life over here. I'm as calm as can be.
Yes, bro.
That's one of LFC's girls, people, man. She's in Dubai. That's Arabic.
She's in Dubai.
You said there, you never walk alone. I can read Arabic, and you never walk alone.
What? My G, you know? My guy. Let's come on to the Prem. Burnley, Chelsea. I'll start with you as well, Master P. Seeing that you missed out.
1-0 to Chelsea. 1-0 to Chelsea. Burnley is always a tough outing for us. So, I think it will be like a 1-0 to Chelsea.
Fair enough. That is a tough home ground, really.
Yeah, no, that's a tough place to go to, bro.
I think
Like,
Burnley's gonna be in their chops, man. They got games to catch up. They're playing tonight. They played Saturday. They're playing Sunday. They eventually they're gonna buckle.
yeah,
one
but
injury
Beast,
to
you know,
them,
but I mean,
Fatala.
you never know, bro.
But if they get a point tonight, then they're out of the bottom. If they win tonight, they're out of relegation. So
But
it's
that's-
gonna be their physical or their mental is gonna be different facing Chelsea depending on tonight's result. I feel because if they
No, but
get
that's
the
why
3
that-
points tonight, it will change the perspective of how Chelsea's gonna approach them or how they're gonna approach Chelsea the weekend.
Remember, Chelsea
True.
went through a whole 120 minutes and a Luton down,
Exactly.
and then playing Burnley also. Yes, it's a bigger squad
Exactly.
than Burnley, but it takes the toll on any fucking team, bro.
Yeah, and not only that, but the reason that Beast
It's
points
a lot of
out,
games
like
to contend
obviously
with, especially coming from the Super Cup.
yeah, they're fighting. Well, I don't want to say they're fighting relegation, but you know, obviously they're in a relegation dogfight. So at the end of the day, those are the difficult teams to play right now. You know what I mean? People that are fighting for their Premier League lives. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, it's going to be a tough game, and we'll see what happens. But I think it's 1-0 to Chelsea.
Fair enough. Jigger.
Because I mean,
Liverpool,
yeah,
West Ham.
I
Can you
think
hear
that
me?
Chelsea
Why is
and
it
Burnley
like
gonna
that?
draw this weekend.
Oh,
Yeah, can you put
I'm
something
going
on
to
that?
select me. Now the focus on your money. Focus on your money.
you
It's
look,
just correct, bro.
you look
It's
like
just
Sharon
correct.
Stone in
Oh,
Basic Instinct.
Oh, yo,
The lights going on and on like they're interviewing you.
like Undertaker or something, maybe.
Go away, and then go on, and then go oh. Like it's time.
He's like, go ahead,
Okay, yeah,
go ahead, my
That's like
brother.
you guys were saying,
Go ahead, my
like
brother.
you guys were saying, the Super Cup, and it took a lot of Chelsea. The FA Cup took a lot of Chelsea. It's Burnley next for Chelsea.
Okay.
So you all do know Burnley is shit physical. So now the fitness come into play on Chelsea's side. Who they're going to trust in them, who they're going to play with. Burnley's going to boss them around. Burnley's going to push them around. If they're going to play set piece and long ball set piece, then they have the small guys up in front and Sushi and all of them. What's the name? From Burnley, the physical strength guys in midfield.
Vegas.
That's quiet.
And the defense also got big guys also. So I think Burnley's gonna play. They're gonna play that game against Chelsea. Whether Chelsea can hold it, I think they could hold it. That's something they can get the draw, depending on how the 90. When they're playing a home away. Burnley playing at the turf more.
Yeah.
They're playing.
Yeah.
So
Turf
it's
more.
advantage at the moment in time, only because they come from a cup final now, and then at the minutes of football, it's advantage Burnley. Because Burnley must still play catch up, and Chelsea could be burning up, you know what I'm saying? So it's actually in Burnley's favor. If they can capitalize, then they can grind a draw. If they can't capitalize, Chelsea frankly at any day can punish them. They've got confidence. I like him a lot, confidence I like a lot. And I still like a gangster footballer, Rudiger. I really wanted him to get the red card over the weekend against Liverpool, but the motherfucker was fucking disciplined. That fucking cunt all up in the fucking players' faces as well. He's a fucking pig.
Keita should
That's
have got the
fucking
red
Rudiger.
card though, Chiga. Keita should have got the red card. Keita should have got the red card.
Yeah, but I was often focused now on the final like this. Rudiger actually gets up to the skin. He's a gangster defender, you know what I'm saying?
But it's
I
brilliant.
was thinking of
I
you
grant
do
him.
something stupid. Yeah, I know. I think
Oh, and
you do
that's why they
something
had to give him a
stupid,
new
but
contract.
They should. Because I was thinking of
Yeah.
Diaz and Mane and Salah up front, and I was thinking that sometimes these guys can humiliate you in your front there. And I didn't think maybe we'll probably try to hurt or how to hurt Salah maybe or Mane or something like that. But he was actually solid. And he got one yellow card in the game, but other than that, he was quite solid. He didn't lose a tempo. He didn't lose anger. He actually he had one-on-ones with Harvey Elliott and those players, but it was it blew over very, very quickly. So I thought maybe he make the mistake in that situation as well. But yeah, if all goes well for Burnley, I'm saying a draw. I don't have a goals. I don't have a amount of goals. I'll just say a draw because I mean, depending on how Chelsea really is, or can Chelsea grind it out? You know what I'm saying?
Fair enough. Beast, how do you see
But
it going?
sorry, Chiga, in that sign of Master P, Kovacic, Kante, Thiago Silva, Brilliant, bro.
Oh yeah.
Thiago,
Oh yeah.
Oh,
They
Now
won.
Thiago Silva, what is he? What is he like? What 37, 38,
Mm.
38? You see, come on, man. Yeah, and he's still class like that, you know, and that's just amazing, bro. Like
But
seriously.
Mason Mount, though, no.
Yeah.
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 Peace. How do you see it going? Chelsea Burnley?
2-0 Chelsea.
Fair enough.
Wow, Beaster.
I'm being realistic, but Burnley's gonna. I want to play Burnley now. That's the way I feel. A team like that can't play 3 games in a week twice. You can't play last
Yeah,
week
you're
and
right.
this
Yeah,
week
you're
3
right.
games in a week.
Yeah. That's
You're gonna
true.
go with
They're not
Leeds.
deep.
You're gonna go
Yeah,
down
then
Leeds' road.
yeah. They don't have
But
the
Beast,
they
they
don't
don't
have
have
the
much
squad
football.
for
They're
that.
only playing catch up. They're not playing the high tense football.
No, they 4
They don't
games
have any-
behind. The
So
lucky
they're
for them,
playing
they
on their
don't
own
play
pace.
FA Cup. No,
They're playing
they
on their
can't.
own pace. They only got one thing to
They-
play for. They're only playing for the league. They got their own
See, guys,
pace.
if we only had the
Chelsea was
league,
playing
it makes it
cups,
even worse.
finals, high tense, the high tempo football.
Leeds
Is
also only
Benny
had one
playing?
tournament. Leeds only had one
Okay.
tournament to focus on.
Who Burnley?
Anyways,
Leeds
let's
also
come
had
on to
one team,
Liverpool.
one league to
No,
focus
but
on.
the
Yeah, and you
current
guys
football
And
smashed
now,
them.
Bielsa's
Chelsea
gone.
playing more football than Burn at the moment in time now. Chelsea playing more football than Burn at the moment in time. You get what I'm saying? Chelsea, Burn is only playing for the league at the moment now. There can be 4 games where they're playing at their own pace. They're not chasing anything. There's no pressure really on them. Where Chelsea wants to be in the top 4, and they must still maintain the high tempo they put in week in and week out. And they got it now again against us, against Liverpool again. You get what I'm saying? So for me, it's why that's why I'm saying a possible draw. But I'm still leaning towards Chelsea.
I hear what you're saying. My reason for my 2-0 is Chelsea played away in the World Club Cup. They missed 2 Premier League games. They came back to a Carabao. They played the Champions League game 2 weeks ago. They won that, so they're not looking forward to next week's Champions League fixture. We aren't either. City's not looking forward to that because they have a foot ahead. United, on the other hand, they're playing Champions League 2 weeks from now. So for Burnley, they played Sunday, Tuesday, Friday. So they played 3 games in 1 week twice, and they're still 4 games behind. So I know they're playing for 1 league only. But for me, the squad depth, you can't compare them to Chelsea. Chelsea can play 1 team in the Club World Cup, 1 team in the Champions League, and another team in the league, and still win all 3. Because the depth is so same with Liverpool, same with City. But for a team like Burnley, that's so high pressing and physical. You can't. They play tonight. They play Saturday. Saturday they did. Chelsea's gonna walk all over them because I don't see Chelsea's Sunday team playing in the FA Cup tomorrow. So it's gonna It's gonna be a fresh 11 against Burnley. But we see how it goes. But I'm sticking with my 2-0.
He's definitely
points, but.
No, like you're saying, Beast is not going to play the same team that... look, obviously, that was Liverpool in a cup final. Obviously, you know what I mean? He's not going to play the same type of 11 in the FA.
But that's
not
the
to
11
undermine...
Burnley's going to get.
Yeah, exactly. So not to undermine the FA Cup tie, obviously. I'm not trying to diminish them in any way. But, like, obviously, like you're saying, that's Liverpool. You know what I mean? And that's a final. So you're going to put your best team out there.
Fair enough. Liverpool, West Ham, Peace. How do you see it going? This time you're at Anfield, though. Last time they beat you.
Yeah, they beat us the last time. I watched
Beat them for me, please. Beat them for me.
I watched that West Ham Wolves game on Sunday. Me and Chico was watching that game together. And the chances that West Ham created in that game was completely different to how they were struggling before. Because remember, West Ham was on a run. They went on a dip. But Sunday against Wolves, they were just very unlucky because they had a whole lot of chances. So I see them coming at us, and I see them being very open. So I'm going to say we're going to put at least 3 past them, and I don't see them. If they do score, it will be a 3. I'm going 3-0, 3-1. So I'll give them 1 and say 3-1.
Good. I like that score, and I'm going with that one as well. Master P.
Obviously, they're chasing you. You guys are chasing City for the title, right? So obviously, I can only imagine that he's probably he's gonna be prepared for that game. However, obviously, if it's one of those crappy games whereby it reaches the 70th, 80th minute and it's still 0-0, 1-1, then it can go either way. But I don't see that going that far. I think Liverpool's gonna win 3-0, something like that. I don't think they can afford to make any mistakes at this point in time. You know what I mean? Like, especially with having to play Man City at some point. So I think they're gonna win 3-0. Yeah.
Fair enough. Jigster.
Okay. West Ham was a tricky one the last time when we faced them. I do feel that no excuses. This is what we wanted as the end of the season. The second half was as we get to that part of the season now. I do feel that Liverpool will grind out a hard result against West Ham, knowing that we lost against West Ham. So it's in the back of our mind. And if club can trigger that angry football, West Ham will be fucked. You know what I'm saying? But I don't think that we're going to get tired against West Ham. I do think that we are going to be ready for West Ham. But I don't want to jump the gun too much. I'm still believing the win. I'm still on the win there. But you like my club would say, man, we first focus on the next game. So the next game is first Norwich. So once I first finish off Norwich, I'll polish off West Ham gladly. But I will be ready for West Ham. I know that I will be ready for West Ham.
Is West Ham still in the FA Cup? Is West Ham still in the FA Cup?
Who did they beat?
Were they?
Didn't they lose to Chelsea? Who did Chelsea lose to? Penalties?
No, Chelsea lost.
They play Southampton. They play Southampton.
We didn't play
They play
well.
Southampton
Okay, then
tomorrow.
that changes my prediction. Then I'm going to go Liverpool 2-3-1. If they weren't in the Champions, if they weren't in the FA Cup, if they weren't in the FA Cup, then I'd go West Ham win because then they're definitely more fresher than Liverpool, who played 120 minutes and played 90 minutes against Norwich, and then facing a fresh West Ham team. Nah, that's curtains. But seeing that they're playing the FA Cup, Liverpool for the win 3-1.
Let's stay with you. Your man of the week.
Definitely Keller. Definitely.
Hmm?
Keller.
Sorry? Keller.
Keller. Yo, fucking.
Fair enough.
Make me say it 7 times. There is such a cuck surname to say.
Oh, man.
They're not like Elms. Smith.
No. Jacob. Johnson.
That's not funny.
Keller.
It's a surname with 7 syllables. 7
Huh?
syllables in one surname.
Even Adam Seagal forgot his name. She's like, what?
The musical
Your man of the
teachers
week.
use that surname to fucking help with it tone.
Anyways,
Beast up.
I'm with Benny.
No.
I can't think of anyone that deserves it more than him.
No Lacazette,
Yes.
no Odegaard for
That's it.
after us
Yes.
destroying Wolves last week. Next one, I need next week.
If I was surprised by it, then yes. If I was surprised by him, then I would have maybe.
Okay, fair enough.
You want to
That's
speak
all.
about Wolves and also speak on another show? You can call Bramos out. You can call Big Bram. If you still have a loner pod, you can talk alone about Arsenal and Spurs. No, you can pray whole time Arsenal and Spurs. But it's adults now, you don't say that conversation. So don't come with a Mickey Mouse conversation. Yeah, you're champions in the room and stuff like that. So show respect. Show respect when you see champions in the room. Don't come talk about Mickey Mouse clubs, please. Unfair. It's unfair.
Such a hater. Master
your
P.
man of the week, Chico.
I'm also gonna go with Keller, but for the man of the week, you say man of the week. I'm gonna go with Diaz so far because every time he's been coming, he's been electrifying. He's been showing me something. I know he's not the number 1 player, whatever. But every time he's been coming on, he's proving himself, and we can go to the next level. And I mean, for him to get trusted to start now in the final as well, and doing what he's been doing. I've been watching his clips over and over now since he got back to Liverpool, and you can see why this is really happening. Why we bought a player like this? You know what I'm saying? So
You do know
the
we only
week,
played one game this week now.
I'm mentioning his week. He's 1-2 weeks he's been playing. So I'm using him as the week man of the week. That's what I'm saying for the week.
Now, man of the week, they played both the same games because we only played one game. Fuck
Yeah,
you.
I know, but I've been liking him so far. So
Tim
I'm giving
Keller
him
is
the
moment.
accolades. But I'm a fan. I'm a fan.
He's man of the month. That's fine.
Yeah. The man of the month. Gary!
Oh,
Gary!
Chelsea.
Gary! Fuck you, Gary!
Chelsea.
Fuck you, Gary! Fuck Chelsea! Fuck Chelsea! I took the problem away from you! I took it away from you!
Masterpiece. Your man of the week.
So I'm gonna give it to two guys. I think, like you guys said, I think it's hard to not give it to Kelleher, but I also go with Phil Foden. I think.
Not a bad choice.
Phil Foden.
Not bad
Phil
at all.
Foden has bailed out City so many. Like, I mean, look, for that young kid to get into a Pep Guardiola team, you know what I mean? Like, and then be one of the key players, members of the school, look, obviously, and what he did. If it's not for him, I think Liverpool are pretty much neck and neck with them. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I have to give just that little difference is what makes title winners. You know what I mean? So I have to give it to they'll have to share it, the both of them, Foden and Keller.
Fair enough. Flop of the week. Benny B. I did start with you actually.
Yeah.
Kepa.
Thank you. I was going to say the same. I said Kepa. Top of the week, Kepa.
I go Mason Mount though.
I'm sorry, my belief.
Hebrew must have passed it, no? Nice.
He did.
I'm changing mine. Mason Mount is mine. Definitely Mason Mount.
If we're gonna go and sit,
No,
we
but
can
Kelly
go
was
Mason
just
Mount, Ronaldo, Bruno. We can go down the list. I'm gonna go Tuchel.
Not bad.
There's a pass it is
Yours
besides
is-
Mount. There's a
Bruno
pass
and
it.
I still
Ronaldo,
think
yeah. He's a
So I'm
power
gonna go Tuchel. For that change. Merely for that change.
For that change.
I understand his
Yeah.
reasons. But it didn't work out. So like Master P said, if it works, he's a genius. If it doesn't, you will be flop of the week.
Yeah.
He's the flop, yeah. Fuck Tuchel.
Pascal, your flop of the week.
Probably Mason. No, I don't like we said, obviously with the penalty shoots. Look, I don't really. At the end of the day, it's a lack of the draw, right? At the end of the day, somebody's gonna miss, and we missed one. But at the end, I think obviously it has to be Mason Mount simply because the opportunities in the game. You know what I mean? And that's what happened to Bielsa. Oh, he's back. Yeah, the opportunities. All right, now the opportunities in the game, you gotta take them, because if you do, we don't get to have this conversation of the keeper being substituted. You know what I mean? So for that, I'd have to give it to him.
Especially
it's easy to highlight. Yeah, it's easy to highlight the whole switch of the keepers and all that, but that's for me, that's a lottery thing. Like at the end of the day, it's that's why I don't. It's a shootout. You know what I mean? It's the same thing that England had to face at the Euros, like when they were so harsh on the kids that took the penalties. That, I mean, dude, like at the end of the day, it's occasion, somebody's gonna miss. But Mason Mount's opportunities obviously do count if somebody takes them. You know what I mean? So I'd have to say him.
Definitely. Jigster, your flop.
I just told him I agree with Bielsa, the Tuchel, for making the change. I just don't believe in the keeper. It's just my personal belief. I don't think he must do that to a goalkeeper, man, especially in a cup like the League Cup. And I think should have given him an opportunity, or rather let keeper start the game, because it's a League Cup. If it's any other bigger cup, you start your best goalkeeper. And like you said, the lucky of the draw, if it's happening, it happens, but it didn't work out. So I agree, because it didn't work out, that idea that you had, that is a flop.
Fair enough. Final thoughts. Benny B. My brother.
Looking forward to the derby, bro. Looking forward to the heartache. Yeah, absolutely.
I like these therapy sessions. If it's not me, then it's somebody else, which is nice. I just don't know when do Beasta and Jigger get this and Pascal get this. This is probably the first time. It's always me and you.
Their slip is still coming, bro. Head slip is inevitable.
We had ours.
That's all me and you.
The whole of last
Yeah,
season.
look at
The
us.
whole of last season was my slip. The whole of
Do you
last
know how
season.
Did you notice already while you're talking?
Nah.
Do you notice how the three of them look at us, man? Almost like, yes. How did that make you feel? Like, it's like, that's just you.
Steve told me I must stop crying early on.
Yes, that's you. Please, your final thoughts, my brother.
I don't even know why I'm here today.
Nah,
Benny, don't sound convinced.
shot the.
I'm not.
Now, once again,
Benny.
great show, guys. We hope to get LFC girl when she's in Cape Town or in England or somewhere with this better internet connection, so we can do a proper show with her and Honey. But thanks to her for jumping on and accepting the invitation. We go on FA Cup first, and then it's back to the Premier League. So exciting times ahead. I'm with Benny. On the opposite side of things, I'm wearing my boat. I'm gonna buy me United sweater. I steal one of Benny's. I'm wearing mine on Sunday because I'm gonna be all red on Sunday.
That's why we won't be winning.
Yeah, no, obviously, just one thing before I go on, Benny, did he really predict a 5-2
Yes.
derby scoreline? Are you serious?
Yes.
Wow.
Exactly.
Okay.
After what Liverpool did, it's not
On the
impossible.
Etihad.
You. Okay. All right. Yeah, no, you're a brave man to predict something like that. Final thoughts. Look, obviously, congrats to the Liverpool guys for winning the title. Oh, for the Carabao Cup title.
At least the title. At least the title. It's just a
No,
title.
title. What am I talking about? What am I talking about? The title. No, yeah, sorry about that. David D, can you edit that part, like blip it out or something like that?
Save it for
when you
save
post
it. David Clippard, save it for the end of the season.
Okay.
So yeah, congrats for the. What did they win again? What did they win again?
I don't know something
League
with
Cup.
the
League Cup.
What did you?
League Cup. League
Cup.
Cup.
League Cup, no? Oh, okay, well.
Fuck
All
the
right.
word. Fuck the name of the
okay,
trophy.
yeah.
It changes every year.
something with the C.
It's a League Cup.
Yeah,
It was Carling Cup.
yeah,
It was a
okay.
Coke Cup. It was a McDonald's Cup. It's a League Cup. Fuck you all.
Nah, bro, it wasn't a McDonald's. Was it a McDonald's? Anyway, never mind. Look, we're getting into a completely different conversation. But congrats on the trophy. And obviously, I will ask David D and to give me like a couple of minutes. I've got a question for Benny, but I'll go after my other final thought. Obviously, my other final thought goes to the real champions. All right, like the real guys, the real title holders. You know what I'm saying? And so my shout out goes to them. You know, because as you know, David D, in boxing, you have a lightweight, middleweight, featherweight, and then you get the real deal. You know what I'm saying? So these guys aren't Muhammad Ali. You know what I'm saying? That would be me. So
Pascal, before you go on, before you go on, would that have been your statement had you won on Sunday? Would you have
Absolutely.
started the same statement the same way?
Ask what I told David D in his inbox. No, ask David D what I said in his inbox. I said I was gonna be on this podcast today.
I don't care about
Right.
this inbox. I'm asking, would your statement have been the same with Muhammad
But that's
Ali,
the whole-
George
but
Foreman,
that's what-
and lightweight,
that-
heavyweight?
And he said yes.
That's what I'm
He said
getting.
yes,
That's what I'm getting to.
Talking
That's what
cock.
I'm getting to. Oh my goodness. That's what I'm saying, right? That's what I said even before the cup final to Davey in his inbox, right? At the end of the day, I said I was gonna be here because obviously the real man of the show is here. You know what I'm saying? The real champ. So congratulations to Chelsea for winning the Club World Cup. They got the real deal. Now, look, bring Isidore next week on the show. We'll deal with him. Then, but congratulations to us for winning the thing. Now I've got a question for Benny. Benny, listen. Like on a serious note. Now I didn't get. Obviously, I only jumped on later on, but I wanted to just get your opinion on something before the show ends. the whole like Ronaldo thing, right? Like I know we had a conversation at the beginning when he got signed and all that. When you look at the squad and what's happening with you guys, the draws and all of that other stuff, what do you feel about two things: the Ronaldo signing and the new guy, the new coach, that Ralph? I can't pronounce his surname. Like obviously, a difficult
Keller,
surname.
just say Keller.
Yeah, but how do you feel about his
Ragnarok.
tactics? Yeah, how do you feel about his tactics so far in terms of just from where he took off from Oli to where you guys are now? Because like, do you see any positive energy changes and that type of thing? That's what I wanted to get from you.
Yes, most definitely. And the Ralph, yes, I see the progress and I see it's a better. We actually have a style of play now. We have more of an identity than we've ever had under Ole. And the coach said it perfectly in his post-match comments when he said that our job as coaches is for you to create the environment for you to create chances. The finishing is solely down to the players. It is. I mean, we've been missing sitters after sitters after sitters. In all of those games that we have drawn and the one game that we've lost under Ralph, we have dominated and missed countless sitters. I'm saying sitters where 9 times out of 10 you score and not miss.
Yeah.
And that has been common theme. First of all, the first one playing one good half in the entire 90, either the first or the second half. In the last 3 games, I've seen that we've prolonged our performance, and at the end against Watford, it looked like they looked like the team that could win the game, because that's the only time they could attack us was really at the end when we went gang-ho to try to get the 3 points. So I do see a lot of progress under Ralph, and I think that he's the perfect person to take upstairs and bring in someone that he feels that is going to be in line with his philosophy of the club, which is something that I'd like to emphasize, because I see Ralph turning us into bigger than what we are now in a football sense, not in a business sense, in where it fucking matters, which is the football side of shit, not the business side. So, go ahead.
So you reckon you should get a whole season next season? Like, what do you think? Like, do you think you should get somebody else in, or do you give him a full season?
Definitely not taking over next season. No, he's not taking over next season. Even if we win the Champions League, which is impossible, he will not be taking over next season. Most definitely. And the biggest thing for United next season is to get 2 things: a proper CDM and a proper number 9. They talking about Lewandowski. I don't want these old fuckers. I want a proper, which is very difficult, and that's going to be a struggle for everyone. I think for all clubs, it's going to be a struggle to get that quality elite striker, because we're all looking for strikers.
Yeah.
All striker.
You're breaking
Chelsea's
up in.
looking for striker. They're probably going to let Timo Werner go. Probably going to get Lukaku go.
Yeah.
So everyone's going to look for strikers. When it comes to Ronaldo, the man is 37, Pascal. He can't play 3 games a week. Done. If he's going to do that, he's going to be burnt out by the end of the season when it matters. How far we go in the Champions League, how far we go into the top 4 race, we're going to need Ronaldo at the end, but we're burning him out now. There's no one to replace him. Can he play Rashford up front in a fluid front 3? Can he play Lingard down the middle up front like he did against Chelsea, which we won? That's the guy that Ander Herrera man-marked Hazard and even went with him to the change room halftime because Mourinho said, don't let him out of my fucking sight. So those options are there. It's for Ralph to take them. Ronaldo can be dropped. He should be.
Jigs, are you
like
back
that.
with that, bro? Jigs.
I thought it's time for this conversation. I'm still in the happy bubble. I'm sorry, man. Listen, my final thoughts, Clark.
You just
I got the trophy. I won 1, and I can still win 3 more. I'm still positioned to win 3 more trophies. Don't forget, all I want to say, I'm in a position to win 3 more trophies, and I got 1.
Good luck.
Good luck to my team. Good luck to all of your teams. Let's see what happens now over the weekend. I hope to see you guys again. As like I say, Pascal, before you cry, it's not personal, it's just football. If you cack, you cack. And if you win, you win. And big boys don't cry. And justice for Ukraine. And check, I'm out. Good night. Bye.
Cheers. Love for the love. Safe, my bro.
Ah,
People, Master P, once again, love for jumping on, even though it was late. Like I said,
Thanks,
lateness
man.
is always greatness. Penny B, love for jumping on. Love to Beaster, Cheeks, and of course LFC girl. Love to all of you guys in the comments as well. Like Penny always says, you guys make the show. The show would be nothing without you guys.
yeah.
Slap a like on that button. Subscribe if you're on new in here. It's Penny B, it's Master P, it's David here. We are out of here. Bless.
All right.